Today, we're unveiling the secrets of building a super low budget PC for only $400. Forget the idea that gaming PCs have to be expensive. We're about to prove that wrong. This PC can run most demanding games even while streaming. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so this is the build that I came to the conclusion would be the best one for only $400. So let's start with the CPU. The CPU is the AMD Ryzen 5 3600. This is a 6-core processor and it's the one I have. I built my PC around like 3-4 years ago, bought the CPU, and I gotta tell you, it's amazing. I can run like really good games. It's so fast, like everything I do, there's pretty much no delay. I also edit videos, no problem with that. Honestly, this is an amazing CPU and it's only $100 right now. It's a steal, really. Like, yes, it might be a little bit outdated, but it's still an amazing CPU. And if you're on a budget, who cares? Like, go for it, you know? Okay, now let's move on to the motherboard. The motherboard that I've picked today is the ASRock B450M. This motherboard has everything you need except for Wi-Fi. But again, I've mentioned this in a previous video. If you need Wi-Fi, you can always get one of them USB little adapters. This is what I have. I don't really use Wi-Fi because why would you when cable is so much better? It has 4 RAM slots. You don't need more than that. It runs pretty much every common speed. It's compatible with pretty much everything. Yeah, this is a pretty standard motherboard. It's only $60. Does the job, and that's what we want. That's what we're looking for this price range. Now moving on to the RAM, we have the standard 8GB RAM, DDR4, and the speed 3200. This is more than enough for a gaming PC. You don't even need more if you had a bigger budget, so it's pretty standard. It's a good brand as well. So yeah, there's not much to be told about this. For the storage, we have a 500GB M2 SSD drive. This is a really good speed SSD drive. Doesn't have the most space, but for the price range we're looking for, you can't be asking for everything. You could always put a 1TB HDD drive, which are pretty cheap if you need storage for like pictures, videos, stuff like that. But for games, I recommend an SSD drive. For our graphics card, we have a bit of an old graphics card, but it's the one I have, and I have to tell you, it's very good. It's the Radeon RX 580. So it's an AMD graphics card. The brand is ASRock. It only costs $100 like the CPU, and again, we're only spending $400. I mean, we could spend a little bit more money on the GPU, but then you wouldn't have enough money for like the small things like the motherboard, the power supply, the case. When you add all these things up, you're not gonna have that much wiggle room, so you have to sacrifice some components. From personal experience, this graphics card might be a bit old, but it is very good. It runs most games, good for editing videos. You can stream while playing with it. I'm talking about a 4-year-old graphics card. The one I have, it still does all of this at a good quality. So it's a good bang for your buck. Now for the case, we have $35 for the case as our price range. Pick one that you like. It's really an aesthetic thing. You just need to get the right size, but the rest is just aesthetic, so just get whatever ones you like. Just keep in mind you can't go above $35. For our power supply, we have a pretty standard one. It's 500 watts, which is more than enough. 80 plus certified, so it does save a little bit of your power. It's a bit more efficient, and it gets the job done, which is what we want with a power supply. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.